Look, up in the sky. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No! It's BBC Radio 1's Residency. This week it's Kutski, defender of the hardest beats, champion of the decks, a valiant, courageous fighter against the evil forces of anything under 140 beats per minute. DJ Kutski, BPMs faster than a speeding bullet.
Yes, welcome to the show. Many thanks to Grimmy for the past 2 hours, but for the next 2 hours you're in tune to BBC Radio 1's Residency. This week myself, Kutski, taking over the airwaves, and we've got all the hardest beats. Hardstyle, hardcore, hard dance, hard trance, old school, all coming up in the next 2 hours. Live and direct in the studio, so get in touch with us on the text line 81199. BBC Radio 1 on Facebook and at BBCR1 on Twitter. Loads coming up on the show tonight. We're going to be going into that very shortly. But first, let's get straight into some music.
DJ Kutski, BPMs faster than a speeding bullet.
Radio 1's Residency with Kutski.
Kicking off the show, bit of a collaboration on this one, Showtek and Hardwell with How We Do. Hardwell finished his guest mix on Chucky's Residency show 2 weeks ago with this one. Big tune, big crossover vibes. And coming up on the show tonight, man, have we got a big one lined up for you. We've got the sounds of Alex Kidd on the Residents Association, legend in the UK hard dance scene. From Manchester, we've got a guest mix of Italian Gabba. Coming from Amnesis, I saw this guy play out in Dominator last month. Big, massive hardcore festival out in Holland. And when I saw his set on the main stage, I was like, we need to get this guy on the show. And trust me, he does not disappoint with his guest mix. That's going to be coming up at 1 a.m. Very shortly, we've got the Ibiza Anthems mix. Radio 1 in Ibiza last weekend. And I thought it's time for me to represent all them big Ibiza hands in the air moments, but with that Kutski twist on a hard beat. Live and direct in the studio, and we want to hear from you. We want to know why you're up late on this Thursday night raving. 81199 is the text number. The Residency at bbc.co.uk on email, and Radio 1 on Facebook and Twitter. You know how to get in touch with us. We want to hear from you. It's time for the rave up. Let's go.
BBC Radio 1's Residency with Kutski.
It's The Residency on BBC Radio 1.
Kutski on the Residency. Track in the background, Organ Donors, 99.9, big stuff. Let's get some shouts on the go. This going out to the Facebook crew. Jesse's on board. Shout to Greg saying kicking things off with the Dutch. Loving the vibes. Zach, listening from Lexington, out in USA, loving the vibes. Also Jack, who says he wishes he wasn't pulling pints this weekend. He's in the mood for the rave.
Could you guys please stop scratching?
Kutski. Radio 1. Radio 1.
Got some text through as well. I want to big up to Amy, who's staying up late, drinking cocktails, listening to Radio 1, pretending that she's in Ibiza. Well, we have got the perfect vibe for you right now as we go into the Ibiza Anthems mix. Of course, Radio 1 in Ibiza just a few days ago, and we've got some of the biggest tunes from over the years. It's time to reflect back on them, all the big anthems and classics with a hardstyle twist. If you just got back from Radio 1 Ibiza, I missed it unfortunately, so I want to know what was the best thing about it. What did I miss out on? 81199 is the text. Get in touch. We'll be telling you much more about Radio 1 in Ibiza in just a few minutes' time. It's time to get straight into the mix now. It's Kutski Radio 1's Residency.
DJ Kutski, BPMs faster than a subatomic particle accelerator.
Residency.
Yes, you're in tune to Radio 1. Thursday night into Friday morning, it's the Residency. Just had a text in from Rebecca. She says 3 words: Kutski, Ibiza anthems. That's what it's all about at the moment. And she says this show is going to be sick with Alex Kidd and Amnesis on the guest mix. Big stuff lined up for tonight. But right now you're checking out the Ibiza Anthems mix. Celebrate Radio 1's Ibiza Extravaganza last weekend. You can check out the performances and videos, plus Pete Tong and Annie's show on the Radio 1 website, and tune into the Essential Mix tomorrow night from 1 a.m, where you can hear sets recorded from Privilege, last Saturday from Pete Tong, Benny Benassi, Chase and Status, and many more. But now we go back in for the Ibiza Anthems mix. This is Kutski Radio 1.
Keeping the rave alive.
Kutski.
DJ Kutski, BPMs faster than the speed of sound.
Radio 1.
Radio 1.
Yes, it's Kutski on BBC Radio 1's Residency here, back with the hardest and fastest music around. And now it's time for a feature that we call the Residents Association.
Residents Association.
For those who are new to the show, every week we shine the spotlight on a resident DJ from a big club in our scene. And this week we've got Alex Kidd on the phone from Good Grief. How's it going, mate?
Hello, Mr. Kutski. How you doing, brother?
All good. Where are you at the moment?
I'm in sunny Iron Upper. Well, it's not sunny because it's night time, but it's still baking hot. And yeah, living the dream. It's going well out here. Wish you could be here with me.
I wish I could be as well, mate. But we're keeping the rave alive in the UK. That's what it's about, come rain or shine. So you're a resident DJ for a night in the UK that many clubbers that are into hard music will be very familiar with, Good Grief in the north of England. Tell us a little bit about that night and how you became the resident for it.
For me, Good Grief is part of my whole upbringing. I think I couldn't even tell you how many years it's been going. I'm sure we hit 10th birthday at some time not long ago, maybe 10, 12 years, I've lost count. It started off as a spin-off of another night, and Good Grief kind of encompasses all the different genres of music in the dance scene at the moment. I see some of the lineups pushing the house guys and also the hard dance and the trance artists. But for me, because I've been there from the start, it feels for me like it's a hard night. It's primarily hard music, and I'm sure a lot of the people that have been there from the start will feel the same.
Yeah, because it really is an amazing night with just such an incredible atmosphere as well. What makes Good Grief so different, the atmosphere, compared to any other club in the UK?
Me and you play with each other all over the world. All these different amazing gigs and festivals, and we play for all these huge companies and these brands with huge powerhouse productions. And you go to Good Grief, and the first thing that hits you, it's not about the DJs, it's not about the production, and not necessarily about the music. It's about that atmosphere. You cannot touch it. All over the world, when we're always on tour together, we always say how much Good Grief smashed it hands down compared to any other night out there. And it's good to see that it's still living true to its word. It puts the people first, and I think that's probably the main reason why it's still going so strong today.
Excellent. And you've got a track for us that you're going to drop to represent the sound of Good Grief and what it's all about. What have you got for us?
Okay, so I've been on my travels, and all these different styles of music going down, and especially these days all the music's crossing over. So I made a little bit of a bootleg. It crosses over a massive commercial hit with something a little bit darker and harder. We named it Tear Down Rattle, and it's one of them big ones where as soon as the riff comes in, the place is bouncing.
Residents Association.
So that was the track from Alex Kidd. This week's Residence on the show.
Residence Association.
I remember when Alex sent me this tune over just a few weeks back when he made it. He was actually in Australia at the time. I was chatting to him on the phone. I was just about to play a gig down in Portsmouth and he just finished playing a gig in Sydney. And he said I'd made this mashup in the hotel room. He said it went absolutely off at the gig. So I got him to send it over, then I played it in Portsmouth just a few hours later, and it did the damage on there as well. Massive stuff. Alex Kidd, Resident for Good Grief, with Teardown Rattle.
Hello. Radio 1. Kutski.
Shout to Lee and the old Kingsway High School gang. Said he's loving the show, on his way down to London right now for the Olympics tomorrow. Shouts on Twitter, shout to Aaron, who wants to order a shout. Sounds a very official way of doing it, I like it. So he's been waiting for the show for ages, big up Aaron. Also shout to Tristan, says it's all about the proper hard tunes and he's having a mini rave. Get in touch with us however you would like to do on the text 81199, Twitter, Facebook, email, we're there, we're everywhere, and we want to hear from you. But now let's go back into the music. This is the technical remix of a hard house classic. It's Chris C, Freefall.
BBC Radio 1's Residency.
Yes, it's Kutski, BBC Radio 1. We've got Graham on Twitter who says killing it tonight with the Ibiza anthems mixed. Loved the Tocca's Miracle one. We just said in the studio that's the track that shouldn't work. You know, it's really cheesy and too obvious. Nah, works every time. Shout to Carl who says Radio 1 on full blast. Just what the doc ordered. And thinking of the cheese with the, Tocca's Miracle thing, we've got a guest mix for Amnesis coming up at 1 o'clock, and that is really hard European hardcore. And this is the moment of the show where normally we go in for the hardest record, so I'm not going to try and compete with the boys that have that scene locked down. So I'm going to go for another form of music that I know, which is really cheesy hardcore music. So normally we get you to text in 3 words to say what the track is harder than her, but this week we want you to text in what you think this track is cheesier than her. 811 is the text line number to hit us up. 3 words to describe what this is cheesier than her. It's the sounds of Charlie Low Noise and Mental Theo with Fantasy World, and this is the cheesiest record in the world right now.
Yes, Kutski, this is the cheesiest record in the world right now!
Put your hands together. Put your hands together. Put your hands together.
This is the ultimate, I can't go for it.
Kutski, this is the cheesiest record in the world right now!
Put your hands together. Come on.
So you've just heard the cheesiest record in the world for this week, going back to the 90s. One of my favourite old school happy hardcore tunes, Charlie Low Noise and Mental Theo with Fantasy World. And I use the word, it's like I get into trouble a lot because people think that, if you say something's cheesy, it's offensive. I like it. It's like, you can't beat a bit of cheese with your music. As I always say, music's kind of like toast. It's always better with a bit of cheese on it. And we had some brilliant texts in about what that track was cheesier than. Dan in North Wales, raving it up, says cheesier than a piece of cheese. You need a little bit more effort than that. Cheesier than Grease. That's from Mary Hill. I think, there's that kind of a reference to the film, it's got to be, we're thinking. Cheesier than a What's It's Factory from Russ, I like that one. Cheesier than Mozzarella, that's from Cara in Fife. Kutski, this record is cheesier than an episode of Teletubbies from Mr. P.
Hard to see, I need you to take control right now.
Cheesier than someone who says lol instead of laughing. I'm feeling you there, mate. And then this one, I think, takes the winner from Aaron in Chester. Cheesier than my rugby boot. Ugh. Anyway, enough cheese as we go into the Hardstyle mix right now. Brand new track forthcoming on Gold Records. The man like Evil Activities with his Hardstyle guys on, Max Enforcer, and his brand new track. Time to rock, you're in tune to the Residency with Kutski, BBC Radio 1. Turn it up!
Radio 1.
Radio 1.
Take control.
Some shouts coming on the text line. A big shout to DJ Rich. Also shout to Daniel from Bucky, who I was out raving with just a few weeks back. What an amazing party that was. Dan was the lighting guy there, and it was the most surreal experience because we were sitting in this kind of hotel turn club, and we were, kind of having a few drinks, and we had some dinner, and then kind of like the lights went a little bit dim, and then the music was getting louder in the background. You could see a few people moving a few things. By the time we'd finished, the restaurant had then turned into the club, and it's like, the plates are taken away, the doors open, people straight in on the dance floor, and it's like they're the best type of homegrown gigs. There's a lot of DJs are kind of like they want the big festivals. Now it's all about the underground stuff. So big shout to all the Bucky crew who came out raving right up in the north of Scotland. Amazing stuff. Shout to Dave, the Dutch trucker, and loving the hard beats. Driving down from Scotland. Drive safe, mate. Also shout to Callum Williams out in Suffolk. Late night shopping. Late night shopping now. It's like open the 24-hour supermarket. Where else is going to be open? And if you're feeling the dance music that Radio 1's representing tonight, you're going to be loving tomorrow night as well, because it's all about dance music on Radio 1. Annie Mac kicks things off from 7 with a mini mix from Steve Aoki, Pete Tong on at 9, Scream and Benga at 11, and after that the world famous Essential mix with highlights from Privilege. It's going to be big.
Radio 1.
Radio 1.
Coming
beats, scarier than a bat out of hell.
So winding up the mix, Wild Styles, Extraordinary Happiness is the 2012 dub of this one. Still to come on the show in the second hour, we've got a happy hardcore mix, as well as a little mashup of the classic SMD series by Slipmat of Bootlegs. That's coming up just before Toddler at 2 a.m. But now it's time for the guest mix.
Guest mix on BBC Radio 1's Residency.
So I'm joined on the phone now by Amnesis. How's it going, sir?
Yo, man. Good. I'm in the studio. I'm drinking milk and coffee. So, yeah, we call it cappuccino.
So that's the secret to hardcore success in Italy?
No, not really, man. No, I don't think so. No, normally all the producers, I think they drink coffee to stay awake.
Or something stronger.
Yeah.
So you were out in Scotland last weekend. How was that gig for you?
It was a small party, but actually great crowd. A lot of energy every time. Honestly, I really like it.
Always a good vibe up in Scotland. Always a good vibe.
Yeah, absolutely, yes.
So if anybody hasn't heard your music before, how would you describe the tracks that you produce?
I try to make it, how can I say it, like my way, you know? I try to make something different every time. I try to create new sounds, create new arrangements.
But it's getting massive success at the moment, because all I can see when I look at DJs' playlists, everybody's playing something by Amnesis in their sets, so it seems to be a winning combination.
I'm happy about it, man, and sometimes I'm taking a look at Treklist from the Dutch DJs, and yeah, they're playing a lot of my stuff almost every time. I'm very happy about it, and I'm trying to work on more tracks. So maybe next year I can release more stuff.
So when you're not busy in the studio writing the music, where are you out playing? Have you got any cool gigs coming up?
Next Saturday I'm playing in Switzerland, the party after the street parade. I think it's going to be a cool party. And then the week after I'm playing for the first time in Sardinia, together with Zatox and the Seeker Squad. So for sure it's going to be a great party.
Excellent. And you've done us an exclusive 30-minute mix to, kind of represent Amnesis and what your sound's all about. What tracks are coming up in this mix?
I think a good selection of what I think in this moment we need in our scene. Original stuff and emotional music. Emotional hardcore melodies, but also I didn't miss any crazy stuff. 10 tracks, and I hope people will like it. And of course, there is also a small surprise in...
Wicked stuff. This is Amnesis in the mix on BBC Radio 1.
You're welcome, guys.
It's the guest mix on BBC Radio 1's Residency.
A fare questo, ma noi. Questo è il punto zero. Ed è qui il mio posto. Questo è il punto zero. stato Dio a fare questo, ma noi.
BBC Radio 1's Residency.
It's the start of the revolution. It's the hardcore revolution. A legendary revolution. Today, the legends shall unite for the revolution of the revolution. Today is the classic hardcore revolution. For the revolution. Are you ready for the revolution? Today we shall begin revolution. This is a hardcore revolution. Stand up! A classic revolution. Put your hands up! Revolution!
I'm a dreamer. I'm a dreamer. Wake up, the world's about to break up. Break up. Break up.
wish the president would stop lying and young brothers would stop dying. I wish the police would stop killing, politicians stop stealing and acting like they not dealing. I'm a dreamer. I can see it now. I'm a dreamer. I'm a dreamer.
Wake up, the world's about to break. Fulfilled. My music is universal. It's underground and commercial. And right now, power to the people. I'm a dreamer. I'm a dreamer. I've been more diligent, cause the best things happen to the people who make the best of what happens.
BBC Radio 1's Residency.
BBC Radio 1's Residency. And right now we are going in hard and fast. It's the guest mix this week, all the way from Italy. Amnesis. And the track you just heard, this was the little secret weapon that he dropped in the middle, Unexist, featuring Satronica, Anarchy in the UK. Getting a massive response for this mix on all the social networks and the text. Shout to Robert, who just simply texts in Gabba. Shout to Mark, loving the hard beats. Jack, I live for the hard styles. Luke, wow, this guest mix is sick. And Jack says, oh yes.
Freedom and democracy. Our guest tonight takes a contrarian view. He sees the internet as an instrumentality used by repressive regimes to crack down on dissidents. So, what is this internet? Is it a techno-utopia? Or is it a digital dictatorship?
On BBC Radio 1's Residency.
It's time to unleash the fury. It's time to break free. Free. Free.
The Residency Radio 1, and we're up late tonight and there's not a lot of sleep happening out there with these beats going out over the airwaves. Shout to Lynn, who says she was planning on going to sleep, get some shut-eye, but now all she wants to do is party. Shout to MC Lovin, nice MC name, or maybe it's McLovin, trying to be cool. Can't get any sleep either, listening to Radio 1, just wants to get up and dance. Shout to Joy, Epic Tunes. Working to the beat, keeping things awake. Shout to Jump Junkie DJ. Trying to sleep with Radio 1 on, and Kutski on the phone is defeating the object. Of course it is. Amnesis in the mix, and it's only going to get harder.
Guest mix on BBC Radio 1's Residency.
The most famous classic.
Massive respect to Amnesis for rocking the airwaves with a brutal beat, sounds of Italian hardcore. Shout to Emma from Bucky on the text, loving this. But next up, we're gonna almost slow the beats down a little bit, I think, as we go in for some UK happy hardcore at its finest.
BPMs faster than a subatomic particle accelerator.
And we're going to be keeping the beats hard and fast with you right through till 2 a.m. when Toddler T's taking over. Right now I've got a track in the background that I got sent through exclusively during the week from one of the leading players in the UK hardcore scene. From Liverpool, it goes by the name of Squaddy. And he's recently been working on a new album called Exposed. And I got this cut from the album that's doing some serious damage out on the dance floors for me and just about everyone else on the UK hardcore scene. Forthcoming on Twister, this one's called UUII.
Tell you up a massive slice of hard dance and hardcore.
Rave on!
UK hardcore at its finest. Right now, this is Gamma with Nostalgia. We're going to be doing the last of the shouts very shortly. Text is 81199. BBC R1 on Twitter. And BBC Radio 1 on Facebook. If you've just tuned in, where have you been? You've missed so much music, but you've got 20 minutes of amazing music left before Toddler T steps up at 2 a.m. But before that, we've got Chucky, who's picked a track for us. And we've got an SMD mashup of old school tunes that you're going to be loving at the end of the show. But now we'll get straight back into the mix. It's Kutski Radio 1.
No matter where we are, no matter just how far our paths may lead, we're invincible. Invincible.
serving you up a massive slice of hard dance and hardcore.
Hey, where you coming from? You know you got me on the run. I can't think what I should do. Hey, you said it's written in the sky, and that it's only you and I can't think what I should do. We've been around, but we've been the same places. You got me feeling like I'm some kind of head case. Won't you tell me what you want from me? Are you good for 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 me?
Yes, you're in tune to the Residency on BBC Radio 1. 3 DJs on weekly rotation representing the finest dance music you're going to hear anywhere in the world. It's a bold statement, but it's true. Big shout to Lily Martin, who says, my baby loved that song, even though she's still in my tummy. Oh, bless, she was dancing away. I'm assuming that's to some happy hardcore, not the Amnesis mix. That'd be a real hardcore baby. Dong, dong, dong. So we've got just over 10 minutes left. And as I mentioned, the Residency, it's all about 3 DJs on rotation. And next week, taking over the airwaves, Thursday night at midnight, the one and only Chucky's going to be taking over. And we've got a little tune from him next.
Kutski's beats, scarier than a bat out of hell.
He sent us this one through during the week to represent the sounds and the flavours that you're going to hear on his show next week. And I'm assuming this is his new one. Mech Money Figure Remix. This is Chucky.
BBC Radio 1's Residency. Kutski, Chucky and Heidi on rotation.
Back in the morning.
Chucky, if you're feeling these beats, this is what you need to be listening to next week when Chucky takes over the Residency. Heavy stuff. You can expect all the usual dirty Dutch bass, and he's got a guest mix from Scottish producer Chris Lake. But now it's time for me to go in with something old school as we finish up the show. 10 minutes to go, and let's go in with the anthems.
Radio 1. Kutski.
Fat
So basically, to wind up the mix, I was going through some records during the week, and there was a series of bootlegs released in 1993, which I think could be some of the most important records in the happy hardcore sound. Many people know that DJ Slipmat, he was one half of SL2 that were massive, kind of in 92, commercial crossover rave tracks in the charts. This was after the SL2 days. Slipmat was kind of breaking out and doing his own thing, and he did these little bootleg records that he released as SMD, standing for Slipmat Dubs. And the idea was to push the sound forward, so they were a lot faster than the traditional UK rave scene that was getting a bit rinsed out at the time. And I personally credit this as the birth of happy hardcore. And I've got a mashup of all my favourite releases. Sounds of SMD on Radio 1.
Now this happens to be DJ Kutski, taking you back to the old school, alright? Old times.
Last lot of shouts for the show. Shouts to Shuki, working away in Basingstoke, loving it, massive respect. Shout to Sean and Julie out in Inverness, the hardcore crew, big up. Shout to Jack Mumford and the lads from Melksham. Says loving the mix, this is Ace. Also shout to Bobby and Ali with the beats keeping them through their late night shift. Banging set, and that's from Adam and Danny C, raving in Burnley. Big up, guys. Also shout to the Essex boys, Connor, Andy, Jim, Chapman, Joe, Ans, and the Coxey brothers. Bringing the anthems hard and heavy. We've got 5 minutes to go. Toddler T's coming up at 2, but now we're going into the old school beats.
R-A-W.
That's almost it for us this week. I'll be back in 3 weeks for another residency with the hardest, fastest beats around. And don't forget, Chucky's here, same time, same place next week with his guest mix from Chris Lake. If you missed any of the show, make sure you get online and check out the iPlayer and get the full track list there and listen to the show again for the next 7 days. And you can keep in touch with me. Until the next show, Facebook, Twitter, all the usual places. I'm sure you can find your way there. Up next tonight, Toddler T is going to be taking over the airwaves with his bass-driven dance floor fillers. Big shout to everyone who got in touch with the show. Much appreciated. And I will catch you back in 3 weeks. Until then, keep the rave alive. This is Kutski signing out.
BBC Radio 1's Residency, Kutski, Chucky and Heidi on rotation.